Hi everyone, welcome to Jewel Tones. I'm here with the wonderful Terry Barber of MAC, who I like to call the King of MAC. We are here to talk all things beauty and to have lots of fun.
And really happy you're doing this website, by the way.
Thank you so much.
At last, thank God, something modern for women with darker skin tones.
Amen. Thanks so much for coming on Jewel Tones, Terry.
Pleasure.
Been such a huge fan of you for years. Let's talk beauty, especially for darker skin tones. People have such a nightmare finding foundations and knowing what looks are really good. So what do people do wrong, do you think, with darker skin?
I mean, for a start, reading all the myths about darker skin, which to me are all about 20 years out of date, let's face it. You know, this idea of having to go with heavy coverages to even up the two tones in the skin.
Yeah.
To have to put foundation over lips to even up the two tones in the lip. I think all of these kind of rules are now dated. I think it's about working with the skin. Two tones in the skin is beautiful because you get natural highlights.
Yeah.
Two tones in the lip is beautiful because you get a natural lip line.
Exactly.
So I think now it's becoming more about an enhancement rather than these old school rules of correcting with 45 different shades of foundation and concealer.
I think it's an attitude, just like you're saying, correcting. Yeah. I think it should be celebrating, like bring out your features. That's what I love about makeup. You can highlight and pump up what you love about your face and not about, oh, I've got to correct that, it's like it's a mistake or no. So I think it's a really good attitude.
Yeah, and I mean, it's the modern woman and she hasn't got time. I mean, if you followed all those rules that you were meant to follow, you would spend half your day painting your face and powdering your face.
Yes.
And who's got time to do touch-ups?
No one's got time to do touch-ups.
No, who's got time to be beating that powder on your face all day?
No.
I mean, technology is also helping in products, you know, things like long wear and mineralized textures. Good for people to know about because it just makes life a lot easier.
So they can have more time to do more fun. Yeah, well, makeup is fun, but you have time to live your life.
Yeah, don't think of it as a chore.
Yeah.
Think of it as something, you know, you put a little bit of makeup on, you're like, ooh, I like that.
I'd love to talk to you about foundations. MAC are just, you know, as a younger, I always used to go to the Harvey Nichols counter.
I was probably there.
Yes, when I was like 14, 15. And it was one of the only counters where like, come, we love you. I'd go everywhere else, I'd be like, I'm sorry, there's nothing for you. Now, you've got such a celebrated range of colours.
Yeah.
A lot of people say they can't, you know, a lot of people don't have the same range, but why? What's the philosophy of MAC that you have so many colours?
You know, the vast colour range, I mean, it was always all races, all ages, all sexes, right from the get-go. And the palette was all about whatever you want to do with makeup, you can do with MAC. In terms of skin tones, what makes MAC work and what makes women trust MAC, especially if they have a darker skin tone, is that they know they're going to get the colour payoff.
Yeah.
You know, what you see in the pot is what you get on the skin.
It doesn't turn or,
No, I mean, if you look at, for instance, a brown eyeshadow, to a dark-skinned woman, what looks beautiful in the pot very often is a kind of dusty grey version on the skin.
Ash.
Yeah. I think it was so. It's always that high shot of pigment in the products, and actually kind of a low talc level. Talc was the culprit back in the day of things looking dusty. Yeah. So, and it's always given darker skinned women versatility for everything from something completely neutral and polished, right through to, you know, like diva if they want to go there. I mean, I'm really interested in the idea of very neutral makeup.
I think it's the hardest. The hardest, isn't it? Simple is always the hardest in anything, in any art form. So to have a beautiful, polished, simple, beautiful, juicy face is the hardest makeup. I think.
Yeah, and I think that's where it's at now. I think the new generation of black girls are always looking for something very minimal skin, you know, highlights on the cheekbones, sharp features, but they just don't want that. You know, they don't want to look like a relaxer box picture anymore. Let's face it.
Not a good look.